Hello and welcome back. Today, as part of the series of videos where I show you how to build how to build an advanced chatbot using Dialogflow, and before moving on to the other sections or in Dialogflow where I explain knowledge base fulfillment and how to do integrations. Today, in this video, I would like to explain more about Dialogflow entities. In the last video, I gave a high-level understanding of entities, what they are. In this video, I will present entities more in details, and we will implement some new custom entities for some hands-on experience. So let's get started. Uh, I will go to the entities tab. As has been explained in the part one of this series, Dialogflow entities comes out of the box with some system entities. The complete list of those system entities can be accessed here. If I come to the console, we can see here the docs tab. If I open this docs tab, here we see we have these options of guides, tutorials, samples, SDKs, integrations, and reference. I can click on the reference tab, and then if I scroll down, I can see system entities here. If I click on system entities, it opens this page where it describes the available system entities. Before version 2, Dialogflow came with version 1 flavor of system entities, but these are going to soon going to be deprecated. So it's been clearly highlighted here that V1 of Dialogflow's API will be deprecated on 23rd October 2019, this year itself. So here I can get the complete list of system entities that comes out of the box with API v2 version. When I click on this, it gives me a list of system entities under each languages. I will click on English. Okay, so it's loaded. Here we can see the list of all the system entities. So uh, I have a entity for capturing date time. So any inputs of type 2 colon 30 p.m. can be captured using this entity type. Any examples, let's say somebody says 13 July can be captured using date time. We also have another entity which is of date type, but the difference between date time and date is just as is as is evident from the name that the date won't or can't be used to capture the specific date as has been captured here, like 4:30 p.m. We can capture the date here using the add system date. We have the period here. If I check further for the date period, we can capture this entity type to capture a duration. So from this start date to this end date. So similarly, we have some other system entities like numbers, cardinal numbers, ordinal numbers, like this 1, 10, or 10. Then if I want to capture numeric integers from user utterances, I can use @sys number integer. If I want to capture a sequence, like here 1, 2, 3 number sequence, I can use number sequence. For currencies, I have this unit currency to capture inputs like $5 or 25 pounds. I can Dialogflow comes with system entities of type unit speed to capture any speed mentioned in the user utterance. Similarly for percentage, one interesting thing I found with Dialogflow system entity is, unlike other tools like Amazon Lex, is this system entities comes with its own validation logic. So in our backend, we don't have to handle or create some data type validation logic. For example, in this case, the system entity expects a geocapital name. Here is, for example, one of the input is Paris. Now, if I provide a name, let's say it is not a capital, then that particular word, for example, uh, PARSE, let's say, if I provide PARSE, it won't be captured as a geo capital uh, geocapital entity. So the validations are done behind the scenes with Dialogflow. We don't have to create our own validation logic. That's one of the benefit of using Dialogflow and its system entity types. We have this list of deprecated system entities, so it's not to use those. We have this airport system entity type. So IATA assigns some codes to all the airports in the world. So we can use this entity type to capture IATA codes. For example, if somebody says that book a flight from Delhi, DEL to Australia, in particular, if I am very specific, so if I just go to Google and it's like list of get list of IATA codes. From here, I can get the list of IATA codes. If I, let's say, pick this one, airlines and airport codes. Not this. It was somewhere. It was here. IATA codes. I just want to pick two IATA codes to demonstrate this. Um, where can I get? Okay, so it's airport code. So let me check with D. Airport code. IATA code starts with D. Yes, here I can see the IATA code. So this is what I was talking about. So for example, if I want to capture this IATA codes from a given input from a given user utterance, and where he says that book a flight from DSE to DAF. So Dialogflow can automatically detect that the source is DSE and destination is DAF if I choose the system entity of type sys.airport. So let's do a hands-on. If I so what I will do is in this exercise uh, I will I will try to create a custom entity. Okay, before moving to custom entity, let's try to understand uh, these system entities with some hands-on. Let me create an intent. So I can give a name as intent name as entity checks. Entity checks. I'll click on save. Okay, so now I have to give some training phrases here. So to explain, let's say this one, airport codes. I want to use sys.airport code. Now what I can do here is if I say book a flight, uh, book a flight to, I can pick a airport code. Let's say I will pick I'll pick the first one, DAA, which is of Division Army Airfield Airport. Okay, from United States. Okay, so if I say book a flight to DAA, and when I press enter, uh, it should have automatically detected. So what I can do is I can forceful so I can label this data type, and when we give sufficient examples, it will automatically train itself to detect. So select the word for annotating it, and then I can search for the entity. I will type @sys dot airport, and then we can see here that we it picked sys dot airport, and the result value is DAA, and the parameter name we can change it to a meaningful one. Uh, we can say destination airport. All right. I can give one more example saying that a flight to MSP. This I'm able to remember, and I can again tell it as pick it as sys dot airport category, and I save it. And I can see here it will start training in a while. Yes, so I say agent training completed. Okay, so so I can quickly test it here. I say if flight to, let's say, CAB is an ITA code, and let's see if it detects. Okay, so it didn't picked it. Why? Strange. CAB is a valid one. Why didn't it picked? Let me try with DAR. A flight to DAR. Yes. So uh, with DAR, it picked here destination airport as the city is Dar es Salaam, and it's the airport name is Julius Nyerere International Airport. So we can see here it's Julius Nyerere International Airport. Another benefit with using using system entities is, even though it matches the IATA code, uh, Dialogflow gave me this list of other related information of the IATA code, like the city information, the country information, and the airport name. So this is a good example of how we can straight away use system entities. Now, in the next exercise, we will try to create our own custom entity where we will try to deterministically capture the source and destination from a given user utterance. For example, what I'm trying to say is if I say book a flight from MSP to DAA, and when I press enter, what I want is I want this to be captured as source and this to be captured as destination airport always, not the other way around, like DAA sometimes can be captured as the source and MSP can be captured as a destination, which I don't want. we should always want to have this is the source and this is the destination. So let's create a custom entity to capture the source and destination. So uh, to achieve this, let's let's create a custom entity. I will click on the entities tab, and then I will click on create entity. Now my strategy would be since I want to capture from, let's say, MSP to DAC. So my strategy will be to capture this as a source and this as a destination. So this is my source info. This will be my source information, and this will be my destination information. So what I can see here, the pattern is I can have for the source from is a prefix and for destination to is a prefix. So sometimes user may just enter simply MSP to DAC, or he can enter simply like this MSP hyphen DAC. So in this exercise we want to handle these three scenarios. So uh, uh, so from the f- so for the first case we have this is the source information, and then now to handle the second and third case, source information doesn't have any prefix. So this is just single uh, airport code. For the des for Now coming to the destination information, it can be to handle the first and second case, both are prefixed by 2. So to DSC is one scenario. In another scenario, I have this hyphen followed by DAC. So this is hyphen DAC. Now let's try to implement this and create a custom entity in Dialogflow. So uh, uh, what I would do is I will first create the prefix handlers for the source and destination, and then I create to capture this whole information. So so what I will do is okay. So let's say the first entity is source prefix, and source prefix can be can have a value of from, and synonym is also from. I just click tab after typing from. I just click tab, and here synonym is like I can so source prefix will have a value of from whenever it matches with these synonyms. It can be from and other related synonym. For example, if I say XYZ, then uh, if the user utterance contains XYZ, that will be mapped to this value from. I can have more, I can give like comma, and then I can press enter, and then I can give one more synonym, let's say A, B, C, something, some related words. So in this case, we don't need it. We are good with just from. So let's just delete this, and yeah, with this we are done with source prefix. I will save this entity. Let's create one more entity. I'll click this plus sign. This will deal with this will deal with the actual IATA code for the source. So here I will create. Now I will actually create the entire source airport information. So this is a source. or let's call it, yeah, source airport. And then I need to uncheck this to create an expression, and here I will give the expression which captures this format and this format. So for the first case, it is prefix followed by system entity airport code. So it will be at the rate, and then the one which I have just created, which was source prefix colon source prefix followed by, now I want to use system entity airport. So at the rate sys dot airport colon airport. So this is one scenario. So this will handle this case. So where it is a prefix followed by system entity airport. Now source airport, this will be source airport. Now source airport can also have a value where it is just the system entity airport and it doesn't have any prefixes. So to handle this scenario, we just have to put in a in the next line just as at sys dot airport colon airport, and that's it. The first pattern captures from followed by IATA code. Second pattern simply the IATA code. Now I can save it, source airport. So we're done with source. Now let's start working on the destination airport. So just like the source, I will create a new entity for the destination prefix. Destination prefix. We can see here for the destination information, we have two prefixes, to and hyphen. Previously for the source, we had just from. So let's create these cases for to and hyphen. So destination prefix can have to and then tab, and then next possible value is hyphen and then tab, and then we are good. I will save it. Okay, now let's create a new entity to capture the destination airport. So I'll create an entity destination airport, and then I will uncheck define synonyms. Because I want to define a pattern, not synonyms. Uh, Here this will be destination airport, and now for these two possible cases, uh, it's destination prefix followed by the the system entity airport code and hyphen followed by system entity airport code. So it will be at the rate destination prefix colon destination prefix followed by at the rate system dot airport colon airport, and that's it. Only one pattern in both the since in both the cases there is prefix. So let's save it. Yeah, I think we're good now. So let's test the system entities in our entity checks intent. Now what I'll try to do, I'll try to create a phrase. Let's say I say book a flight from MSP to DAA, and I press enter, and we can see that uh, both these uh, both these values are mapped to the custom entities which we have just created, the source airport and the destination airport. Now, what does it say? Parameter name must be unique within the action. Uh, okay, it got conflict with our previous naming. I will just say the first one is uh, let's say this is uh, it's this is not a source or a destination. This is just an airport. Yeah, and very good. Okay, so let's come back to this. Yeah, and if the user types just from let's say this time let's pick different IDA codes. China, DAT and DAU, DAT and DAU. Let's use them, DAT and DAU. So from DAT, I can just say DAT hyphen DAU. And when I press enter, now see, we can easily extract the slot values for the source airport and the destination. Now you will ask like, DAU was the original IDA code. How will I handle the hyphen or two? Uh, this we can easily address in our backend function. Let's see how we can do it. If you remember that while creating the entities like the source airport is a combination of two sub-entities. So one of the sub-entity was actually the system entity, other one was the prefix. So from this mapped value, we can just extract that system entity uh, inside the JSON object of source airport. So let's see it here. So when I type a flight from MSP to DAA, when I press enter, I can see here the values. N- Now if I open a tab and say beautifier, the first one, if I press enter, process, yes, now we can see that the JSON object which I will get in my backend as the value of the matched source airport will have this JSON structure. Uh, Source prefix will have the from, and this is the actual airport key. From here, I can extract the IATA code and I can get the MSP value, or I can optionally get the airport name, the country information, the city information, other related information. So that's it. So in the next video, we will talk about fulfillment, and subsequently we'll talk about integrations. Uh, so this is a very new channel I have just started. So I'm sorry if I'm not doing it very properly. I'm learning as I go. So whatever thoughts you have, suggestions, comments, please put it under the comment section. If you have any doubts on how to create a custom entity, or you have a different problem statement, you can simply message me, or just put it under the comment section. I go through each and every comments. If you like my videos, uh, please subscribe to this channel. Thank you.